you cozy? Hello and welcome back. This week I'm excited because I'm reviewing A.D. Wells' book, Paranormal Society. Don't worry, miss, it's not scary. So this is a book about this guy named Curtis, and he's... Oh. Bye, miss. She did not want internet fame. So Curtis is not quite all the way alive, but he's not quite all the way dead. We don't have all the details on that, but I think that's kind of what makes it that much more mysterious and kind of exciting. And you know, I think I want to unpack that a little bit. There are a lot of references to Curtis's past. So Curtis, he's human, or mostly human, and he has his god psychic, Kiana, who saved his life, or most of it. We get to understand a little bit more kind of near the end where there's more drama. Oh, hi, Lily. But we don't know all the details. And it sounds like Yana and Curtis have been on a number of adventures before, but we're kind of just thrust into the middle of this one. Now, I haven't been able to find any prequels to Paranormal Society, but I would 100% be interested in reading them because I think it's just a really interesting world that Wells has created. So in this particular book, it starts out in media res and we're right in the middle of the action. So we are witnessing Curtis using his skills that he now has since he's sort of alive, sort of not, and he's in this girl's consciousness to help her because she has all these insecurities and trust issues, and it's honestly kind of really sad. Now Curtis describes himself as the key. He says, I can unlock the door, but you have to be the one to go through it. And he says this in the sense that, I mean, we all have our quote-unquote demons, our quote-unquote skeletons in the closet, and sometimes they're really difficult to deal with, and sometimes they're really overwhelming. And so what Curtis and Yana had found, I think arguably more so Curtis, is that when you confront these trust issues or insecurities or fears, etc., you're better able to overcome them. And I mean, it's not an immediate process. It of course takes some time, but you start that healing process. And this particular belief and set of skills comes into play later. So another character, DM, calls up Curtis and is like, hey, we need to talk. I found these really weird posts on the internet. I really think this is up your alley. You should check it out. And long story short, there's this girl on this island and she has no memory of who she was like earlier than a month ago. She doesn't know where she's from. Oh my goodness, Lily, you are so loud. So Yana and Curtis go to investigate, and on the way they meet Gray, who is what they call an aberration. So it's not, she's kind of like Curtis. She's not really a person, but she's not a person. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's really interesting to find out where Gray came from and how it relates to this more sinister underlying issue that's happening in the island. But yeah, it's a really interesting book. I think the character development was really well done to a point. So I'm not saying that like some characters were really well developed and then other characters weren't, because that's not quite the case. So Yana and Curtis are well developed, but kind of as I said at the beginning, we get glimpses of the backstory, but we don't get the full picture. With Gray, we have a little bit more of a holistic view, but I wanted more from her. She was definitely an interesting character. I liked her interactions when she did have them, but like, she was almost a little too innocent for my liking. And that's not to say that all innocent characters are subpar or something, but I think since she's so central to the story, I would have liked to see more scenes with her. Other side characters that were interesting, well, character that was interesting was Radovan. I think I said that right. He's this demon hunter and a really colorful figure, and I thought that his interactions with Curtis were really funny. And, you know, I just really liked Curtis. I liked Yana a lot too. I thought she was a very good, powerful female character. And she was like snarky and smart and resourceful, and I love that. But I liked Curtis because he was just a very believable kind of guy. Like, I don't remember where it was that I read it, but there's some study somewhere that shows that if you're a little bit self-deprecating, that helps people relate to you more, or something along those lines. And Curtis is definitely self-deprecating. Not to the point where it's annoying and you're like, are you okay? Is everything good? But self-deprecating in the sense that, oh, hi, Lily. That, like, he's very relatable and he's self-aware. And even though I think that there are very complex, educated, articulate characters in other books, I don't know, there's just something about Curtis that is just so authentic about him. And so I really liked that. I think the pacing was good. I liked the plot, and even though I do wish that there was a little bit more interaction with Gray, a little bit more, she wishes there was more stuff with Gray too. That was Lily, by the way. I think it was really well done for the things that Will's put in there, which was a lot, and it was really entertaining. Definitely a page turner. I will say though that if you have been severely bullied, or if really intense traumatic bullying is triggering for you, like, heads up, there is some of that. That's kind of at the central bit of the book, but you don't realize it right away. But I mean, I don't want to say get over it, because that's not fair, but I don't think it's enough of a red flag to make you not want to read the book. There are some of those paranormal, supernatural kind of things going on, like discussion of demons and gods. I don't think that's really enough either to be like, beware, you might be triggered. But if that is something that's like a big deal for you, like, just be aware. Overall, it was a really good book. That's all I've got for Paranormal Society. Next week is a little bit rocky. I don't know how much you can see out the window. Probably not much. Colorado's really, really snowy right now, and most things are closed, so I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on an Inkberry book next week. Hopefully I will. I will post about it if I can, so keep an eye on my Twitter, keep an eye on my blog, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy reading, and thanks.